Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Lewis Presents. Well, today I'm on the corner of Church Road on the junction here with Leabridge Road. Well, what I'm standing behind is Potter's House Christian Fellowship Church. But this wasn't always a church. This used to be a cinema. On the 26th of December 1928, this opened as a Savoy Cinema, 1,795 seats, all-seater cinema. And the first film that was ever shown here was a documentary film called Lost in the Arctic. And also this cinema is quite famous because on the 29th of June 1929 it was the first one to show a talking picture in the borough. That first picture was Al Jolson in The Singing Fool. During the war, this old cinema did not escape the attention of the Luftwaffe. And in October 1940, during the London Blitz, it suffered bomb damage and was closed down for a month. In the years after the war, in the post-war years, this old cinema then went under changes of management and changes of name. In 1950, it became the Gaumont. In 1964, it was called the Odeon. And then in 1969, it was called the Curzon. Then, in July 1971, the Classic Cinema Group brought it, and that's how I remembered it here on Church Road. The Classic Cinema, 435 all-seater, one-screen cinema. It opened in 1971 with Charlie Chaplin in The Great Dictator. But I have my own special memories of this cinema because I used to live off here on Church Road on the Leighton Grange estate from 1969 to 1979. And I remember one of the first films I saw here was on a Friday night with my father in 1973, and we saw the World War II thriller Where Eagles Dare, starring Clint Eastwood and Richard Burton. There was an intermission halfway through. The usher came round with the choc ices, sweets, cakes and drinks. Also, I remember in 1977 my mum brought me and my sister here, although we were underage, for a AA showing of Saturday Night Fever, John Travolta in his first motion picture. But also I remember in 1978 the film Grease was released and the queues were going down the end of the road here, because this was in the days before Netflix, DVDs and the mobile phone was the payphone on the street. Well, sadly the end came for this cinema on the 10th of March 1979. Nearly 40 years ago now this closed as a cinema. And the last film shown here was Damien Omen Part 2. And then the cinema closed its doors. The Granada Bingo Group bought it and it became the Gala Bingo Club. And then in 2012 that was sold off, and now it becomes what you see now, Potter's Christian Fellowship Church. So the building is still there, but now used for something entirely new. I hope you enjoyed this episode today of Lewis Presents. It was entitled A Classic Tale. Thanks for watching.